Hi Stampin' friends. Tonight we're going to use the Slim Sayings bundle. It has the dies that cut out a Slimline card little design, perfect for that size card. Typically that card is 8 1/4 or 8, I mean just kind of depends on how tall you want it. 8 1/4 or 8 1/2 by 7, which is scored then at 3 1/2. So that's your card base that you make. So this is the set that goes with it. So I think it is great to have some that go vertically and some that go horizontally. So you can use, if you're wanting to make your card go this way, you can use the happy birthday and the happy for you. So that's just kind of one of those things. I do think that the happy for you, if you did it this direction, the happy for you would look great with the congrats to the graduate as well. Okay, so this one that I used is the basic white. I always have to stop myself so I don't say whisper white. Basic white thick cardstock. So it has a little more thickness and will make it easier to have a sturdy base. Now we have these envelopes that they're actually going to be in the new catalog. So they are in like it's the gray granite. And then this is the soft succulent. So I tried to kind of coordinate a little bit with this so that they would look kind of cute together. So we'll see. There also is a white in this, but I have used those up. So that lets you know that I did enjoy using those envelopes. Okay, so I have cut a huge variety of shapes out of this. I did want to mention also that I'm going to try to get all these little pieces. There we go. You also can make a layer here and then cut your edge so that the edge that lays against the back piece of the card, I didn't cut this off yet, but that piece can have this little cute shape coming out of it. So I think that is a cute edge to put. And what's great about it is it repeats the envelope. Okay, so imagining putting this on the front. Well, now that's assuming that I cut it down a little bit. I would have to cut it down, or putting it on the inside. So that's one possibility. Then I also wanted to show you putting a layer on top. Now the first thing I did was I cut this in some colors that I thought would look nice. So I cut this in the white and the green and the fresh freesia. Now the green being, of course, soft succulent. I kind of wanted to show you different things with this. You don't necessarily have to use all of the length of this. You can take this and make something else with it. For example, you could just put this on one of the card fronts. Like you could put it on here like this. It doesn't have to be the entire layered piece. Even though that is gorgeous and cool, you can do it several different ways. And you don't have to necessarily use the whole thing. Thinking about this also, you could put this on a normal size card front, just down the side, and create something that you want with it rather than making, you know, just maybe only this long or something. So that's another possibility. So I wanted to go ahead and try to make this card. I cut out this little sentiment. I kind of have it in an ombre kind of a look. I don't know that you can see that well, but it's lighter at the top than it is at the bottom. You can do that in a variety of ways. You can do it with using a baby wipe ink pad technique, which is where you take a baby wipe and put more at the bottom than you did at the top. But you can also stamp, you know, ink the whole thing, stamp off, and then ink gradually by letter. So no one wants to see that. So I just think it looks really cute to do You Are One of a Kind, maybe tuck it under these pieces. I mean, there's such a lot of variety that, and I really haven't seen it used with a lot of variety. I've mostly seen it just kind of like, okay, here they are. Here's the die, just exactly how it is. So if you all have seen someone use it like in a cool way, I would love to see it, because I'm like, there's so many choices. We don't have to just slap it on there and put our sentiment on top. So let's see, if we did this and this, and then we put the gold one here, that could be cute. And then to put the white up here for contrast, and then another white. So there, I think that you can, whoopsie, let me get it all in the picture, but I think that you can see how many choices you have here. I've seen this done in black and then just kind of a multicolored mosaic. I want to try that, but it takes a while to run it through, you know, you got to get it just right. But it does give you a lot of pieces that you can put in randomly, you just wherever you want. Now, I've seen people fill these in with, you know, not just use what's on here, but fill these in all of the spaces, you know, with the other color. Use the strip that comes out the middle and things like that. So that's another pretty way to put it together. And then let me see here. I thought I had a bow here somewhere. Of course, it's being confusing. I don't know where it went. Anyway, well, I was going to also show you that this leaves a, where did it go? There it is. I used the gold to, in this, and I wanted to show you that how it leaves an edge that we could use as well. Let's see here. Pokey poke. There we go. So it could also be pretty to put a piece of, I was thinking this might be the best way to use the You Are One of a Kind, is to put the little gold frame piece around one of these, possibly even instead of the nice pretty center, that the little frame around it could be even cooler. I was thinking possibly the white, and then I was kind of imagining putting color on it. So this would make a nice layered piece here. I used the pumpkin pie and the white. Now, question for you. When you make a graduation card, do you use the high school colors or do you use the college colors? That has been a debate recently that I've been like, well, I don't know. And I think I do both. If I know where they're going to college, a lot of times I'll use the college colors, but if I don't, then I will use the high school colors, or I'll just use black and gray, because that kind of works for anything, seems like. Okay. So if I were using this orange underneath, I could put this on top of it like that. Now, everyone's been going up and down with it looking like a mountain. So I don't know if we all agree that that's the way to do it, but it's definitely a possibility. So then you could use some of these pieces under it. Now, what I thought was so funny was trying to get them in the right place. So like that, and then, hold on just a second. There we are. And then you could put a gray piece, and you could put an orange piece, and you wouldn't necessarily have to have the orange underneath, if that makes sense. Because there's so many ways that you could do this. It's not necessarily, doesn't necessarily all need to be the same. So, and I should have, I thought I did a white, but I guess I didn't. Where's this guy go? Oh, up here. There we go. So you can, trade this off, make it into a pattern. You could also do this in dark colors, especially if it was a man card, and you could make it just a birthday card in like some black, some gray, and maybe some blues and greens. Let me know if you have any questions. We've got a new catalog coming up, so any of you who are on here, be sure and let me know if you don't have a demonstrator, aren't a demonstrator, and you need a catalog. Just let me know and I will get one sent out to you. So I just need to get my Memento black. Excuse me. Okay, so then just stamp that. And oh, now when that happens to me, I don't know what you guys do, but when that happens to me, I just use the darkest color marker that I can find. And it doesn't even necessarily have to be a blends, but I just kind of fill it in. So when I have an issue like that, I just kind of take care of it. So then the next thing I do is just cut out a die cut shape. So what I'd already done was this in the orange. So I'm going to go ahead and slide this orange layer out from behind this because I kind of wanted to show you, I kind of like having the white in there. So now in this case, I'm going to need to add a little more orange, a little more of the orange. I don't know, these aren't exactly chevrons. I guess they're little orange V's. Oh, and then I did that because that's how annoying I am. Let's just start that over. There we go. Okay. So there's my black piece. Okay. They're fussy. Okay, there we go. And then maybe another one. Let's leave that one white. Let's see, this one goes down here. I don't think I want that. I think I want that to be that one that I had that was black. There we go. And orange. I think the deal is that there's only a few of these that are a certain color like this. So, I mean, that, you know, that it matters because so many of these are exactly the same. So that does make it really nice to use some of the same colors because you can end up with not too many weird leftovers. Like you can put one there, and then let's see, there's a little straight piece at the top. You can put a little, let's see if I can get that back on screen. There we go. Put a little triangle right there. So anyway, and then just put your congrats to the graduate there. Now this is kind of a problem because I'm having trouble getting it all in the screen, but you can see here that just a pumpkin pie bow or a black shiny bow would really set this off and make a really cute card when you're not necessarily, I don't know if you can see that it didn't, you know, I probably spent 10 minutes running the die itself through the Big Shot enough times to make this, but then also you can do this fairly quickly once you've done that. So if it makes sense to you, it's like a simple task that you can easily do without, you know, I've done the graduation cards before where they're it actually looks like a mortarboard, like a hat, and this is much faster. So I appreciated Stampin' Up! Having us this congrats to the graduate in this because it's nice to have that sentiment in your stash. So we made that one and we'll put them all, we'll glue them all together before I show you on YouTube and on my blog. And then the You Are One of a Kind with all of the little tiny mosaic pieces. So this actually is the last one of the cards that are in the, oh, thank you. Yes, Shauna, they are easy for sending money. That's true. It just lays right in there. Or you can make a little holder's pocket at the bottom here. That would be super cute to just tuck the money in. And you don't have to, you know, sometimes I make gift card holders or money holders or whatever. This is much faster and easier. So this would work nicely for weddings as well. All right, you guys, have a great weekend. Bye-bye.